And I put the link out there for Giddy. I'm not sure if Boots is coming in, but Giddy's on his way. We're going to talk about racism in Ireland. Going to share the first, yeah, go for it, yeah. Share it with a few TikTokers. How is all? Just waiting for Giddy to come back in here. How is everybody? Howdy. Just waiting for Giddy to come back in. Try to get a few people from TikTok coming over. What's the story, Robert? How are you, bro? Hope you're well, man. We didn't miss it. Nice one, Aaron. Nice one for tuning in, bro. Just waiting for Giddy to come back in. Yeah, we've just been arranging going over to the UK the last couple of days for the protest over there on the 13th next month. Making sure we have somewhere to stay and that we're not rushing around to try to get home. What's the story?
You up to do that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So,
what's up, Jerry?
All right, lads, we'll start. Have a quick look at that 4-second clip that we put on the shorts there on Triggered just before you come in. I don't know whether anybody's seen it already or not because we put it on quite late. It just gives you a more idea of what we're talking about here tonight because, to be fair, it's making us look really bad what the narrative is of the left at the moment to try spitting out about our country. So, ideally, you'd need to watch the last short that we put up at just about, say, 7 o'clock this evening. We should have put on a bit earlier, but we were kind of indulged in it.
It's only a 4-second clipping anyway, so people know.
Yeah, but just listen to what the guy says if you go and listen in on the clip, and you'll understand what I mean.
And what was that on, Giddy? Was that on some sort of program, or what was that on?
No, that was another clip from a TikTok. That's somebody that done that on actual TikTok and made a kind of documentary about it, as to turn around and say that because he's black, he'd be unalived in Ireland. Yeah. So kind of that's why I want our audience to see what
there hasn't been a black person unalived by an Irish person since 2000. Was it 9?
I have no idea. I haven't even checked it. I haven't had a chance to really look and see what's going on.
Since 2009, there hasn't been a black person unalived by a white person.
Sorry, Shane, what's the story?
What's the story, Shane?
Did you look at the small video? It's only a 4-second video. It's on our shorts there. So people can just understand what we're talking about here. If you can, share it out the live to your friends, and because this is really important. This is for the well-being of everybody.
Just for the truth to be out there. I mean, because that's not just all. That whole sentence that he said is a total lie. As I said, there hasn't been a black person unalived in Ireland since 2009. So where's that coming from? It's like over 15 years ago.
It's the what you call it. It's
What's the
a
story for
narrative
mate?
on the left. They're scraping the barrel now to try blame us on that. That's the way I see it. And anyway,
Sure, they're making stories about you, Gideon, not.
yeah, sure, I'm used to that. And anyway, anybody want to borrow me 7K?
So what Giddy's talking about there is somebody said that Giddy's at the putting the 7K bounty on some black lad's head. And it's just some story, some narrative he's trying to put out there. And now he's like now saying that I don't worry me family and all now just in case something happens to me.
Absolutely sad sack of shit.
Giddy wouldn't even waste 7 cents in this lad. Never mind 7 grand.
There's people that have offered me money to just tell me who he is and where he is, and I don't even know. The guy is just deranged. He needs help. And it's a shame about the mental health in this country because he does need serious help. This guy actually threatened to drink people's blood on a live, believe it or not.
But there you go, even you're just saying that point there, Giddy, about the mental health. The mental health problems are already bad enough in Ireland without bringing these people in that have mental health problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
know.
our own people's mental health is already bad enough.
It's like I can't get my head around any of this. Like this word racism. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Luke,
Yeah, like, what's the
sorry,
story?
bro. Fascism comes from what they call as fascist, any people who are people taking away their freedom of speech. And that's what the left one goes to do. Yeah. We were at
They
a
won't
lefty
succeed.
protest the other day time. We went into I went in to the one in town,
Yeah,
Mary
right,
Lou, and
Hillbilly,
he was
what's the
there. But
story?
as soon as Mary Lou got up and all started talking, I just lost interest. As soon as the speeches all started happening.
Sorry, can I just say this to some of the people? So,
Hillbilly.
Hillbilly, because you only came in, there's a 4-second clip on our shorts there. Just have a quick look at it. The same with you, Luke, if you wouldn't mind having a look at the 4-second clip that we put on so you can get more kind of detail as to what we're talking about if you haven't seen it already.
Can you stick it up
Um,
there now on your screen so people don't have to
uh,
go looking
not
after
without
it?
another phone, no. Not without another phone.
Probably a way of doing it, but I don't know. He said,
Yeah, you could do it on your phone. You could turn on your camera and just aim it down at your phone. You can actually play. Don't worry about it, Shane. We still understand what you're saying. The left is like has rules against racial split and venom. What was that? Split and venom.
who's this?
Yeah, you have Luke there wanting to come up there.
Yeah. How are you, Luke?
Oh yes, all right. What's going on?
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good.
Tell me something. What's the story in Badamory now? Wouldn't you like to know, eh?
It seems that we're out to unalive people because of the colour of their skin. Believe me, now Irish people are. As this guy states, he needs to be slated for it. He needs to be took down for it. You know what I mean? Did you watch the small clip?
Is that the clip there now, Jerry? In the comments? It comes up grey for me. Yeah, that's it, John. Yeah, Hillbilly John. Yeah, talking KO.
He's talking absolute bollocks out. So I mean, calling us what they are. This is what I'm saying. Shane, put the link out there to you, and if you want to pop up and have your say about it, because
That's the link to the video there. Jerry has up there, Giddy. That's in the comments there. That's the link to the video clip.
Right. It's only 4 seconds long, but what I'm saying to people is, have a listen to that 4 seconds of your life, and literally you'll understand what we're trying to pour out here. There is no racism in Ireland. These people have brought racism with them. They've caused racism in this country. How come in their country, before they hit our country, they had loads of racism, but now we have racism as well? It doesn't make sense. When I was a kid, we didn't know like that certain words, haughty words, as I put them, yeah, would be like, anyway offensive more than anything else that you could call somebody. So if I call you like a scruffy little wanker, like, or something like that, that's considered still a bad fucking thing to call you, yeah.
Mm.
But if you say the N word now, that's racist. If you say that, it's all racist. Everything that you did, like we had some guy there today on our live that was trying to tell us that you're racist to talk about what happened to your man, Nick Kento, the guy that got shot by the Gardaí. Do you know what I mean?
That was back in 2009 that happened, Giddy. So that was the last one that happened in Ireland. That was 2009 during the year.
No, it has nothing to do with colour at all. I don't believe it has anything to do with colour. You're right, Show Ireland. You're right, Dog Man. What I'm saying is, I don't believe any of this has to do with colour. What the fuck is, like, how's a colour ever hurt anybody? That's what I just don't get my head around. So I mean, if I don't like the colour black,
I get you. Because like, I mean, I don't know about you lads, right? But I mean, I'll tell you this, yeah, from what I've learned over my 30, 35 and a half, nearly almost 36 years in this country, right? And you know something, like, I mean, I've come across all different walks of life over the years, right? And like, we can all agree to disagree, but like, people, for example, just need to learn when to need to understand that, look, there's a time and a place, but it's not in not all time is in every place. You know what I mean? In other words, like I rarely ever swear these days, right? But on a very rare occasion, I would say, well, he or she should know effing better, and
Yeah.
like, I mean, I honestly don't have any problem with anyone, like, you know what I mean, because like everywhere I go, like, you know what I mean, I always see such very lovely people, like, you know what I mean, and I always offer respect to them, and they offer respect to me, like, you know what I mean, like I shake hands with them or something, you know what I mean, and that's respect that is, and a lot of I think that not the majority, but rather a very small minority of people think otherwise, you know what I mean, that they think that they can easily say this or that or the other, like, you know what I mean, and maybe try and get away with it. But in hindsight, however, well, God only knows all the side effects of listening to static on the radio, if you know what I mean by that. Staring at the screen tells me the story by letting me see the visuals. You know, in other words, what that means is that what I'm trying to say is that, people need to understand that they need to know that if a certain person specifically says a certain word like that and they find it offensive, well, then if you find any offense to that, well, then you know that it's the wrong word to say. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we are for who we are. You know what I mean? Mousy, you are for who you are. Giddy, you are for who you are as well. And I
No,
am.
don't get me wrong. There is definitely racism in the world. Like you seen what happened at the Liverpool game
Yeah.
when the black lad went up to take the throw, and somebody in a wheelchair came up and says to him, said, "No, an animal." He used an animal from the jungle. Yeah, he used that against him, no kind of way.
Yeah.
And
well, I understand that. Hold on a minute now.
he's
See,
taking
this
out
is
his
where
statement.
this is how I see this, right? Like, just argument's sake, I'm a big lad, yeah, as you know, I'm a big fat lad, yeah. If somebody went like that, ooh to me, right? Could I put it down to that somebody's being horrible towards me because I'm fat?
Yeah, but I know what you mean. But
Yeah.
you still can't. You still can't go to a person just because you don't agree with what the decision that referee had made, and now go to take a
Yeah,
throw. Next minute,
but hold
somebody
on.
shouts racial abuse
Yeah,
at you. It's like
but hold on,
somebody,
Mel.
as you say, it's now listen to me. Now listen to me. Now listen to me. When somebody
I
walking
think
up to
that's
you and,
illegal.
as you said, and saying to you, "You're a fat man. You shouldn't be taking that shot," or whatever the fuck, say whatever he said back to your man. But use
Hold
a
on, so
use a racial way.
if that's the case, I'm saying if you're saying 40 words to me like that, yeah, saying here, fat man or fat bastard, or turn around and going, you fat bastard, and you get a crowd of people to call me a fat bastard, right? How think about that think about this realistically, right? How the fuck in God's bollocks would that offend me, right? I'm saying there might be some people that might cry about it. There might be some people that'll like laugh at it. I'd be one to laugh at it because I'm very happy with my own body and happy with my own soul.
And to be honest,
So
I agree with it in a way, man, because no, people call me a paddy. I mean, it doesn't offend me. Do you know what I mean? That's no. You hear some people online go, "I shook you, paddy." Oh, I'm just like, what's that supposed to offend me? I
well,
mean, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
hold on now. See, let's give a few examples here, right? So we're in the UK. Somebody turns around and says potato. Yeah, should we get them
Doesn't
done
bother
for
me.
that? Should we call
No,
that
that doesn't bother
politically
me.
correct?
Oh, that doesn't bother me. You know, when people say potato, I
But
say,
hold
yeah,
on a
but I
minute.
fucking
If
love
you really
spuds.
want to go down the PC route, I go to England and I would walk up to a copper and say, he just called me a potato. Yeah, that's offended to who I am, a stature that I'm Irish. Yeah, he offended me. So over there's a good possibility that I could possibly get you arrested for that.
You
Do you see
probably
what I'm
could
saying? They see a man
because
that turned
as
around and
it's,
says, I
yeah,
eat
but it's
bacon.
different. It's different in the UK, as it say. I mean, they have their own hate speech laws over there. That a person would say, I love bacon, and he gets arrested. That's what happened at a protest in the UK.
Yeah, but this is what I'm
He
saying.
shouted out, "I
So
love
why
bacon."
should it be any different for somebody with the colour of the skin?
Well,
In football,
look, you're gonna
you
have
have
to start getting racist if you're not racist.
in football you have
That
nil
word doesn't even
racism,
mean
man.
anything
That's the
anymore.
truth.
That word doesn't
Well,
even mean anything anymore.
Frankie,
That
I
word
don't
means
think there's
anti-white.
I don't think there's a word called racist because if you think about this realistically, right? Everybody calls everybody fucking names. If you can't sit in a pub and have a bit of
Therefore,
banter and probably get a little bit of a slagging off somebody, and they probably get a little bit better than you of a slagging, right? And whether it be to do with the colour of your skin or what your toenails look like or what your fucking eyeballs look like or you slanty eyes, you got round eyes, you got fucking bald head, you got three curly hairs or whatever the fuck you've got,
Yeah, they're a different race to you, and race is real. Race matters. So yeah, there's no such thing as racism because racism
So
at
hold
this
on.
point just means anti-white. If
Well,
you
hold on,
want me to be
I
honest with you.
won't say anti-white, right? But what I will
I
say
do
to you is,
because
right?
the whites are the only ones that are very affected under that racist umbrella. We're put under that umbrella because when
Well,
I see, for
let's
example, when
put
I see people in England, right,
100%
they
out
go, "Oh, I'm not racist. I'm not far right." See, they're already putting themselves in that box. So the people that are going to save your nation are the so-called racist and the so-called far right. That's the only people that are going to save your country. So when people say I'm a concerned parent and all that, I get that. But being afraid to be called racist, to be proud of being white and want to
that's
defend
right,
your own
Jerry.
people, like people are afraid to
Hold on,
say
can I
that,
just say
and they
something to you,
say I'm not
Frankie?
racist. That means you're already
Frankie,
lost.
Frankie, just bear with me a sec, right? Walking down through London, let's say, right, and you have a bunch of black lads in that corner, and you have two coppers on the beat walking down. And each one of those black lads start turning around saying, you big cunt, you black this, you black that, you black whatever. Hey, Enna, yeah? What's the story, right? Why can't they stop them and say, hold on, that's racist slurs that you're using, regardless if he's black or not, and he's black. What's the difference? It's a word. Do you understand? It's a
Yeah,
word
we
that
have
they're being
plenty of words
stopped for.
towards us. It is just words, and they've been around for hundreds, and if not thousands of years. So
Yeah, and people are wising up to it. That's what I'm saying. People are now turned around. You're right, Frankie. Frank, sorry.
Maybe
Patricia as
Frank.
well. Uh, what I'm saying is, like, people are only wising up to this now. People are only looking at this now and starting to open their eyes that you're not racist. It's what the additive that they're
no,
adding
just
to the
get that
pan.
word out of your that word. I don't even say that word anymore because it's a made up non-existent word. When
It
people
goes
say,
with
"Are you
there was
racist?" I go, "No,
like
I'm
that.
not. I love white
Yeah,
people."
but
When
Frankie,
people
they're
ask me
bringing
if
up
I'm
all these
racist, I say,
different
"No, I
words.
love white
They're bringing
people."
all these different words in. They're saying, yeah, if you're Islamic phobic, what the fuck is that all about? Like, so can I be Christian phobic if that's the
Well,
case?
Islamophobic is the same as anti-Semitic. That word doesn't exist.
Right, and what about fucking Christianophobic?
Funny.
Yeah, none of those words exist because everyone's going to have a phobia towards another thing. You know, so
Right. So if they like the Sharia law so much and they like the Islamic laws and they want that Islamic, why? Like if I want to go to Spain for sunshine, I go to Spain for sunshine because I know Ireland doesn't hold it. Yeah. So if I want to know about fucking Islam, I'll go to an Islamic country and stay in that Islamic country and learn about it. Yeah. So if I'm not saying for all black people, I'm not saying this just so you kind of get it right. If you feel that you're getting haughty words thrown at you in a country where you don't like it and you don't like its people and you want to call them racist and you want to call them all bad names and now turn around and say, I don't know whether you watched the small 4-second clip, Frankie, or not, but if you go in and have a quick look at the shorts, and we just put it on there at 7 o'clock. It's only 4 seconds long, but listen to what the guy says. And you believe that we're actually going to unalive.
Just explain to people there, Giddy, what he said.
He
Because
turned
it's
around
only
and
4 seconds.
yeah, well, just let me finish what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is he turned around and he said, basically because he's black, Irish people want to unalive him, and black people are being unalive because they're black.
it's a complete opposite. Black people are unalive
It's
and white
liars.
people.
It's utter liars. Yeah,
Like I said,
it's
it's
pure,
complete opposite.
absolute. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It's pure. I know this. Well, we already know this already. I'm not saying about the unalive part because nobody's, as far as I'm aware, bar 1 or 2 people have caused them sort of things in the last 5 years, say, to white people. But the rest of them have been injuries and essays and grapes and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, look, just the other day, a guy was I don't know if it was in England or Ireland. A guy from Spain. You've probably seen it, an English guy as a channel, but I think it was I don't know if it was England or Ireland. He was gang raped by a bunch of them. A 6-year-old man.
I don't understand this, man. I just don't get this, man.
They're targeting anyone. They don't care. Like, this is just like I said. I see people at the hotels and everything. It looks like it's going to get to the boiling point. I probably not. I hope something happens, but like their energy is being sucked away by useful idiots like Tommy Robinson and such like that. They should say fuck them. We all gather up together. I'm not going to say too much.
Right, Frankie, I know your feelings on Tommy, right? But hear me out this for a second, yeah?
No,
Just
nothing
before
you're
go
nothing
in.
you're going to say is going to convince me otherwise.
No, I'm not
Tommy's
going
a
to
shill.
convince you about it. I'm not trying to convince you about it, okay? But what I am going to try to tell you is, if he's so bad of a person, right, and he constructively put 1 million people in London on the 13th of September, right, and each and every one of them people have started uproar over in the UK at the moment. Right across the whole of the UK, people are going mad with their flags. They're painting on the grounds. They're doing whatever, right? I know that's not going to stop or simplify or fix anything, yeah? But he has put that word out and he's done that. Regardless if you think he's funded by Israel or the Jews or whatever the fuck you want to say.
No, it's not if he is. It's not a if
no,
he is.
whether he is or not, the point is, whether he is or not, it's working. It's working. And you can't doubt that. It's working.
If something's too good to be true, it often is. I hope something happens, but if it is, it's not going to happen the way we want it. Because let's put it in perspective.
Patricia, my thoughts on McGregor is that he is a fucking rapist. Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, he's put out on the world stage and everything else. But if I be honest, I can't support a man that's not being proven to be, that he didn't do what he done. And if he did do that, he deserves jail for it. In my eyes, he deserves it. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about what my thing is on that. But that's the way I see it, yeah?
Yeah. I agree with you on that one, Giddy. 100%.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, because, lads, look, I'll be honest with you, right? Look, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Conor McGregor myself, right? And, some of the things that he's, up until only, that whole thing, for example, regarding what's her name, Nikita Han,
Good
for
evening,
example.
Sasha.
No, no.
No, well,
Me
look,
too,
at the end of the day, I'm not going to go off this about Conor McGregor or anything like that.
Well, look, what I was saying about Tommy. Look, this is what happened. Like and this is on open record. You can look up all the videos that he said publicly. He said he wants to replace Muslim migration with Sikhs, base Sikhs and Indians. That's not good. as you guys know,
Come
you're
here,
getting a
come here,
bunch of
come here.
Indians in your country.
Yeah,
So
Frankie,
that's
Frankie,
no,
hold on,
hold on, that's not good. And also, you're gonna
hold
have
on.
Anthony
Let's
Middleton who
start
took.
with the start. Hold on, Frankie. Let's start with the start of Tommy. Yeah, as we know, he's part British, he's part Irish, right? And it's not because he's just part Irish that I support him or I think that he's great because he's part Irish. That's like saying because you live in America, I support you because you're part Irish and you're part American. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like that. Okay, the way it is, right? I deal with people for what they do. Okay. Now, if you come to me and you say to me, right, tomorrow I'm going to start nice and early on that building site and I'm going to build them fucking scaffolds, right? Just for an example, right? And I get onto that building site at 8:30 and you've not even started. You turn up at half fucking 10. I just turn around and say you're a Billy bullshitter, yeah? You didn't fucking turn up for work, yeah? But I have to give the guy his fucking due. When he says he turns up to work, he turns up to work. He does what he says he'll do on the tin, and he hasn't failed that yet. And I know he's went against the Irish people. I'm well aware of what he done with Soldier F and all that sort of stuff and loyalists in the north. I'm fully well aware of it. At the time that he done this, he wasn't aware that there was going to be thousands of migrants coming into the country. He wasn't aware that there was going to be grooming gangs in the UK. And I wasn't aware that he was going to go chasing these people in the future. If we all knew what was going to happen in the future, it'd be great. But he didn't know any of this. Okay.
Well,
And then when it did come to that crunch, he formed EDL, right? And EDL then became, let's say, Tommy Robinson's crew.
okay, and
if
the
you like
EDL,
it
by
now.
the way, is co-founded by a rabbi and an Israeli soldier. It's now known as the
Like,
Jewish English
to be
Defense League.
fair,
You can
like,
look that
I'll
up.
be honest with you, Frankie, and I'm not being nasty when I say this. I couldn't give a fuck if he was being money
Okay,
given
so
off
let me
the
tell.
Pope.
Look, so can I get a word in? Let me just tell you the facts. Then, so basically, Tommy Robinson fucked over Nick Griffin. Nick Griffin was the UK's last chance, if I'm going to be completely honest. Nick Griffin was talking about the grooming gangs long before him, and there was loads of people before Tommy Robinson. And by the way, he says he's from Luton. So the fact that he
Hold
just
on, hold
no,
on. Can I
hold on,
just
no,
stop
hold
you
on,
there for a
Let
second?
him
hold on.
finish.
No, hold on.
You gotta let me
Finish.
finish.
Let
You gotta let me
finish.
finish. So he's from Luton, right? And he says his whole life he's seen this going on. So if he's seen it his whole life going on, he didn't just realize it overnight. Not only that, he's funded by Robert Shulman, where he's given £11,000 per month to work at Rebel News, otherwise known as Rebel Jews. They are just pushing a narrative, which Islam is horrible, but it's not the only thing. Now they're pushing for.
You've gone off there, Frankie. Frankie, you just gone off there.
No, I didn't go off. I'm just telling you the facts. Like he fucked over Nick.
No.
Griffin.
Your speaker went down dead for a second.
Yeah, it went down for a second.
Well, he fucked over Nick Griffin, who was basically talking about this years before him. He's funded by Robert Shulman, who's a Israeli spy. He got $11,000 per month. Tommy Robinson, and he worked for Rebel News, and he's basically pushing this narrative. And I told you about Islam, that it is a big problem, but it's not the
So
only
can I
problem.
just
And
ask you a question
not
then?
only that, he
Why
didn't
was
discover
Nick
this
Griffin?
overnight. Is what
Why
I'm
was
trying to
he
say. He
dismissed?
lived in Luton, so if he lived in Luton, like
Why
he said,
was Nick
he's
Griffin
seen it his whole
dismissed?
life.
Why was Nick Griffin dismissed?
Nick Griffin over a claim that Tommy Robinson made.
Right. Why was he dismissed?
Excuse me?
Why was he dismissed from his job? Why was he overtaken by
He was
Johnny
told
Depp?
not to talk about the banks. He's obviously told not to talk about the Jews, which he did, and that's why he got him dismissed. Let's be blunt.
I find this odd, right? Because Nick Griffin was, when I was in the UK at the time, I was actually around that fact at that time and watching the news and listening, like I would listen to political affairs that are happening here. And I can't recall any of that. But if you remember why Nick Griffin was actually dismissed from that job, what was his reason for being dismissed from that job?
You
It
tell me,
wasn't
Gid. You
due
have
to,
all the answers.
well, it wasn't from anything to do with what you're saying about the Jews or anything like that.
Give me the answer.
Well, you should know yourself if you
No, you
know
have
about
all
it.
the answers. I'd like to hear you.
No, you tell me,
No,
because
you
you bring
tell
them
me.
up.
You tell me.
It wasn't for talking about the Jews.
Well, tell it then. Say it. This is
Well,
triggered,
you tell
right?
me, because if you know another story that I don't know, and that like
Well,
Sky lied
whatever
about,
you think he's complied of, maybe he got set up by that. That's all I got to say.
Well,
Because when
Sky
you
set
talk
him up
about those
then,
said
and
people,
all the
when you
national
talk about those
papers set
said
him up then
people,
to fall very hard then on his face then, didn't they?
when you talk about those said people, they're going to come for you in every which way possible.
Well, look at it this way. I believe what Tommy's doing with his country and how he's dealing with it, I believe that it's the right road to be taken. The people that are going to be
Yeah,
there
and
speaking
it's
on the
people, and
13th.
it's people like Tommy Robinson's going to leave you to ultimate demise while he fucks off and goes to Spain or enjoys his fucking life. Because let me
Have you
tell you what, he's
seen
going to
have you
magically
seen the people
disappear
who
on
are
the
going to be
13th of
speaking at this?
September. He's going to magically disappear, just
Well,
like
if
he
he does,
did
he
for the
does.
last one of them.
Hold on. If he does, he does. Okay.
If he
So
does,
I'll
he
just
does. What
ask
do you
you,
mean by that? So how's he helping? How's any English person's life significantly got any better because of him? Because showing videos, they're poorer, they're less deprived, they're getting attacked even more. And what's he have to show for it? More fucking money? Like,
right?
There's
So
only
what's
from
he
the
done?
UK in the comments would like to just jump in and have a debate about it, or even say it in the comments what you think of Tommy Robinson, your views on him, all that kind of stuff. Carry on there, Frankie. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Frankie,
told you,
uh,
Brady's
if
talking
he,
about Muslim, but why doesn't he talk about others?
can I ask you something, Frankie? What is like? Who's the current other than fucking Trump? Who is the current like person
None of
doing
them.
anything in
None of them.
America at the
I
moment?
just told you none of them, and that's a hard pill for you to swallow. Because JD Vance, let's talk about JD Vance, the heir apparent. So he was funded and is funded and groomed by Peter Thiel and Palantir. If you know anything about that, that's coming to you in October. That whole digital currency. You guys are about to see what that's all about. So,
Sorry, John.
and he was a Mossad asset and a
Are you
CIA asset. Peter Thiel. So you have that, and also him playing a big part of getting Trump to get the H-1B visas into the United States of America. And also, he was a never Trumper. He was a pro transgender rights and shit like. The guy's a cuckoo train. By the way, JD Vance is not his real name. And not only that, he's married to an
Is he
Indian
not an
wife.
ex-SEAL or something like that?
No, who knows what his real name is?
No, I said, is he not an ex-SEAL?
No, he's not.
SEAL
He's
team?
never seen combat. He's a fat hick, and he was a non-combatant role, and he was a photographer, like a journalist or photographer.
So why did he push it out that he was?
He wasn't. I don't think he did, but if he's probably a Walter Mitty then.
You think he's a Walter Mitty?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just told me what is true, he said he's a Navy SEAL, then yeah, he's a Walter Mitty. He never
Yeah, he
saw.
was an ex-Navy SEAL. If you actually look at his history, that's what it claims. And to
Jesus
have all them
Christ,
pictures
Giddy, I don't
done,
think you do any research to anybody. Like, I'm being completely blunt. He's not. Had a non-combatant role with the Marines. He was a photographer or a journalist. Like, I don't know where you get Navy SEAL from.
Sasha, if you'd like to come up and debate this, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll put the link in.
Yeah, that's
no,
good. Talking about the rape gangs and everything, and I agree with that. But what else has
Have
he
we
done?
covered?
Like how those people's lives gone better? He's made money off this. Like that's a plain fact right now. He's made money, and people saying he deserves it. Deserve what? The guy's gonna fuck off and leave. Like I'm just telling you the fact. He's gonna fuck off and leave and come back again, and it's gonna rinse and repeat. It's just a cycle. It's to take people's energy away. That's what it is. But yeah, the fact that you don't even know that you say he's a Navy SEAL is just a great cause for concern. If people like feel some type of way, I think they have to do a great deal of research.
I'll have a good look at it later, I will, but I'm nearly sure that I was reading something about it that
Stephen
he was.
Killen knows what he's talking about. Good on you, Stephen. There you go. Yeah, people get caught up with this guy and everything. You know, people are looking for a leader. At the end of the day, if you want a leader, you need to look into the mirror. You know, and this division that's causing us to argue about Tommy Robinson, you like Tommy, that's great. But I'm just going to tell you, he's not going to take you anywhere. The only person that's going to take you anywhere is yourself, you know?
No worries. You keep on baking your cakes there, Sasha. No, you hear what you're saying, Frankie. I don't dismiss it. But what I'm saying to you is, I will have a good look at him there later. I will, and see what I can find out about him.
Look up Robert Shillman. Look up Robert Shillman and look up who helped co-found the EDL, which is now known as the Jewish English Defense League Limited, and you can look that up.
Did that not form from the National Front? No,
Michael Jackson said.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I'm sure it started off the National Front, and
Could
then
be.
BNP or something like that, and then it became EDL or something like that.
There's only one
It was all-
person who I'm still suspicious of, but I'll give him his credit, is Anthony Middleton, the SBS guy. What he tweeted, that sounds, I don't know, it could be leading people into a trap. I don't know what could come from this because people are fed up.
Well,
and they're
saying
at the
that,
height of the emotions. But he also
no,
took $2 million and fucked a business off, so that's fucked
come here,
up. If that's
saying
true.
that, what you're saying there, Frankie, I have to agree a little bit with you there because there seems to be a lot of ex-military that are starting to pop up on, you know, the likes of social media now, and they're saying, well, what about us? And why is our government not looking after us? And these coming in, and then all of a sudden these ex-SES and whatever coming along and whatever these.
And a lot of these guys worked for, like, you know, private corporations afterwards, you know, like security firms.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are
of course
owned
they do.
by OIV. So, like, I'm always very
Yeah.
suspicious.
Blackwatch, all them sort of places.
By the way, Saladin, yeah, who's Larry Fink, OIV, and what does Larry Fink own? BlackRock. There you go.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, listen, I know what you're saying there. Yeah. I've actually had friends, a friend of mine that was in the French Foreign Legion actually worked for them.
Oh, he's working for the enemy.
Unfortunately, in his day, and I know a couple of other people that went and done a few bits and pieces like that.
Do you mind if I, Frankie? Can I actually ask you something, just out of curiosity?
Go ahead, Luke. I've been doing a lot of talking.
Do you know about a thing called Paradise Lost?
Paradise Lost. Is that a film or a novel?
It's a novel. Yeah.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
About 3 kids, is it?
Well, it's
That were murdered.
now is one other thing I'm actually going to say as well is that are you from Frankie? Do you know a very famous poem that was written over several hundred years ago? If you translate it into Italian or Latin, it would be known as La Divina Commedia.
Divina Commedia. Can you explain what that is?
The Divine Comedy.
Divine Comedy.
It's a
Can
very
you fill me in
famous-
what
know
that
what you
is? I
mean
don't
there.
know everything. I'd like to understand what is this.
Well, it happens to be a very famous poem that was written over several hundred years ago by a man from Florence, Italy, a very famous novelist, writer, and storyteller known as Dante Alighieri.
Okay.
Have you ever heard about that? No.
No.
Okay. Well, basically, it's all about the Divine Comedy. Is all about Inferno, as well as Purgatorio and Paradiso. In other words, in English, it would be known as Hell, Purgatory, and Paradise.
So, like, kind of like Dante's Inferno a bit.
Yeah, it is. It's Dante's Inferno. That's what it
Okay.
is. Anyway, it's basically all about the 9 circles of hell, like, you know what I mean, you know, in Inferno, right?
I've heard of them, but I don't know, like, I've off the top of my head or anything.
Sorry
I
to
remember
talk
hearing
over you
about them.
here, guys. Just sorry, 1 second. All we need now is a Rita in here. Anybody come in with a Rita name, and then we have Rita, Sue, and Paul too. No, I
I
just
can't
thought I'd
even
say
put
that.
my last name Giddy because I can't even put Payne. Like I tried multiple times. They won't let me put it up. I have 2 channels, as you know.
Okay, how are you, Sean?
They won't even let me put my last name.
Yeah, right, Sean. What's the story? Yeah, right, Paul.
Sorry, Paul.
Story. Ulysses, Fiona. Hello, everybody.
But yeah, Dante's Inferno is interesting stuff, Luke.
Yeah, it is. It is, Frankie. It is because you know, I've actually been studying that very famous poem now for the last several years now. And,
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to interrupt this conversation, but we're really talking about Ireland, and it's not racist. This really doesn't have anything to do with it.
Right. No worries.
I don't mean to be rude when I say that. I just have to be blunt because
You're all right. It's
we keep on
understandable.
going off subject and we're going elsewhere and we're going to different fucking countries and all we are. But anyway, getting back to the point of what I'm saying, if you watch the 4-second clip that we had on the shorts, it'll show a black guy that turns around and says that Irish people want to unalive people because of the colour of their skin. Okay. If you're willing to come up here, anybody willing to come up and speak, by all means, come ahead and do it.
Yeah, it hasn't been There hasn't been a black person unalived in Ireland by a white person since 2009.
Can anybody give us the statistics in the comments of how many white people have been unalived by black people in this country?
Oh, in your country, I was about to say United States, I could give you a very big statistic.
I'd say so. It's been going
yeah.
on for some time there. I know what you mean.
So, but it's the same thing. I mean, the black people.
There's an old saying,
I'll
I'll put you, Frankie, and you'll probably understand this, yeah? And it comes from a movie, believe it or not, Luke, yeah? But he stands outside on this street, these two young lads and a black father, yeah? The film I'm not going to mention because I don't know whether you can or not. And he says, just look over here. There's a house for sale. It's dead cheap. But if you look over on this block and then the other block, they both have off licenses and they both sell guns. So as we can drink and kill each other every day. Yeah. And that's a black community. You know what I mean? And it's like, so the way he puts it in it, the movie, you kind of understand where this so-called racist word came from. You know what I mean?
That's it, Stephen. Native Irish.
And if you think about it in Ireland now, we have like our pubs disappearing the opposite way around. They're getting turned into apartment buildings to put migrants in. Making fucking Islamic shelters and shit like that. We have off licenses that are on every corner nearly now in every estate. What are they trying to aim at us? Are they trying to give us the same thing that they got 25 years ago in America that we're only getting here now? You know, it makes you think. You know what I mean? And then everything that we've ever done in our life now, a black man has done it instead of a white man. And the movies that you're watching on the television, when they're advertised, you're getting these, like if you saw John Rambo now and he was a black guy, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? It wouldn't be Sylvester Stallone.
Well, it's all by design. It's all by the same people pushing the same narrative. What they want is Ireland to be a mixed mongrel fucking
I'm
nation.
just waiting for them to turn around to me, Frankie, and say, oh, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, bonks on board that was black, and now the new Rambo that's building up is going to be black. I'm waiting for something stupid
well, the
like
new
that.
James Bond is going to be black. So, like, it's been pushed everywhere. It was always woke. It was always subtle, but not too much in our eyes. Now it's blatantly in your fucking face. But what the thing is, like I said, they want to make Ireland, not just Ireland, but all white countries into a mongoloid country. That's what they want. They want everyone mixed, so they don't even resemble the native population anymore. That way, they can control them easier. And as soon as I always say, it's all connected. All roads lead to them, and it's them.
No, they got bored. No, what it is, they got bored, Frankie. The rich that are behind all of it got
not
bored.
the rich. It's not the rich. It's one group of people. Like I told
you.
Yeah,
I know what you mean, but I just say the rich.
You know what it's called? It's called Jewish Family Services. But
I say the rich. I say the rich for a reason. But what I will say to you is, let's say those big families that you're talking about. They like, how can I put this? Like knob jockeys, yeah. They probably played polo on the green with the horses, yeah, and probably had somebody bent over on the green trying to pot a hole. Do you get what I'm saying? And they got bored with that. Then they decided to dress up in women's clothes and buy children off the street, drink their blood and whatever else. And it could go on forever like that sort of way. You can kind of gather what I'm talking about. Now they just thought to themselves, oh, let's fuck up the whole of Europe. It's funny how Trump is saying, don't fuck up Europe, don't let them all in. And I'm warning you and telling you, it's kind of like Enoch Powell giving that warning.
Enoch Powell was a dirty wrong'un. He was caught at the Belfast Boys' Home with Mountbatten and everything. So I don't want to hear anyone saying Enoch Powell was base. Enoch Powell raped a bunch of Irish children. So did Mountbatten. Okay? I don't want to hear that shit anymore. I don't want to hear anyone say Donald Trump's based or any of this shit. It's one group of people. And who controls the banks? Them. Who controls the world? Them. It's them. And it says in their book that we're goyim and cattle. They want to destroy us. It's that simple. Oh, and by the way, this affects everyone, not just Ireland. The Red Heifer ceremony happened about 2 weeks ago. So now they're definitely building the third temple. Shit's going to get very real in the next year or two. I guarantee you that. And it's just that simple. Like I'm going to put it that simple. It's them. And I don't believe in conspiracy theories. You know, it's just them.
I don't know,
Right.
man. Uh,
Um, so, Giddy, do you mind if I just say something very quick?
yeah, no, go ahead. That's what it's all about. Just put in.
You know, I remember actually hearing a very famous song by this by a very famous band called Ministry, and the lead singer known as Al Jorgensen. And there was a song, and there's something that was actually added to one of their songs going back a while ago now, but can't really go like this. And someone very famous once said, right, a famous middle-aged rock and roller called me last week to thank me for speaking out against the war, only to come on to tell me that he could not speak himself because he fears a repercussion, saying that if you oppose this administration, there can and will be ramifications. Now, I don't know whether if that resonates with any of you guys here, but to me, that definitely resonates with me, especially on a certain level. All right, and look, I mean, look, I completely see exactly where all of you guys are coming from, right? And you know, like as I said earlier, we can all agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, like you know, everyone else is different. We all have our own personal opinions, and I'm not doubting that whatsoever. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, I respect everybody else's personal opinion. Like, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to say.
Well, all that matters is that you care about Ireland.
Stephen,
That's what everyone
sorry,
cares
I don't
about,
mean
their
to
own
interrupt you
people.
again, guys. Sorry, I just want to reply to something in the comments here. Stephen, if you'd like to come up and base what your facts are instead of calling people gomies. Next words out you like that, I'll just remove you.
I need to find the names, Frank. There's been a couple people, I don't even know if they're still alive, that came out about Enoch Powell. I remember watching a documentary, it turned my fucking stomach. Not just him, it was Mountbatten and allegedly the fucking Cray twins up there. I don't know if that's true, but Mountbatten went up there and everything. It was disgusting.
Ulysses, it's Stephen Clean or something like that.
No,
sorry, lad.
I think he called you a goyim. I don't think he meant it in a bad way, you know.
Yeah, well, he's putting it down to that we're uneducated or something like that. You know, if he doesn't like it here, he knows where to go.
But he is kind of saying now what he's saying it is, Frankie is speaking a bit of the truth now. Frankie's saying that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Agreeing with Frankie.
this is not a place where you just, aim at anybody, especially the fucking hosts of the actual place. You don't aim at them. You can put in better words than that.
Yeah. Was it
Okay.
true? Yeah, it did happen. I don't know if when it was, but they
Yeah,
had the
okay.
ceremony with the perfect red heifer. It was kind of done in secret. There's no cameras or anything like that. One of the rabbis that was there, like he confirmed that it happened. So, yeah.
Boo him. I find it very hard to boo people, but yeah, I will next time. But look, so look, at the end of the day, in Ireland, we don't have racism. We never did. We didn't know what it was. I can't recall it when I was a kid, and I'm just a year away from 50. So I can't recall racism because we didn't know what the fuck it was.
It's because the word doesn't exist. The word doesn't exist. Like I told you, like it's just basically anti-white. You know, it and this another word that's invented by them, melting pot. That word is a made up word by them, and it's also detrimental to not just white but brown people. People can't live coherently with one another. Let's be honest. One race can't really do that. It doesn't work out. It causes tension.
Diversity doesn't work.
Exactly, it causes tension, and any environment it will show you that. I mean, the Austrian Empire, even with white different entities, it doesn't work.
How much diversity is in China?
They have they say basically they'll probably set up in different states and stuff like that, because even like the upper class of
How much
Thailand,
diversity is in North Korea?
even upper class of Thailand, like they're considered Chinese. That's like Indochina area. So China's just a region, like Cantonese, Fukienese, Mandarin speaking people, and the Uruguay people are like more Caucasoid. and a lot of them are Muslim too and being persecuted. But yeah, I think it'll set if the Communist Party is the only thing that's keeping China like in one entity. If not, I think they'd all go into different like states.
Actually, a
Multiple states.
question, Frankie, and I'd be interested to know what way you'd answer this. If I was to turn around to you as a businessman tomorrow, just say, letting on, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I want to go over to the Middle East and I want to build a church across the way from Mecca. How do you think that the Muslim community would deal with that?
It'd be horrible. Now I got another question for you. Now, what if you wanted to preserve churches in Israel and the government there said no, and they're tearing them down, and their tanks are also shooting at one of the oldest churches in the world? What would you say about that?
That's the Jews for you, isn't it?
What would you say about that, Giddy?
Kind of the same thing, isn't it? Really?
Yes, hold on.
You cut out there, Frankie.
No, hold on. If you could just mute it there. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna share a video on my channel, right? So very shortly. Okay. So if any of you guys actually want to check it out, feel free to.
Sorry,
go ahead and
did you
check
guys
it out.
hear me or was I stuttering?
No, he's out. Listen, bro.
Anyway.
No, did you
No,
hear
you
it?
just went off there slightly, Frankie. Go on.
But you heard about what I said about Israel, right?
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
on mute.
Well, yeah, like I said, they were bombing churches and everything, and they spit on Christians. So like it's just
Right,
kind
but
of
I'm saying Mecca, anything to do with Mecca. You know what I mean? You can't speak ill of it. You can't say anything about it. You can't
yeah. And
touch it.
I don't support Muslims in anything, but I also know I'm actually quite educated on a lot of this subject matter. I also know that at least in that dirty book of theirs, they praise Jesus Christ. And the Talmud and the Quran, they says Jesus is boiling in a pile of feces. And did you know this? Actually, this is quite hilarious. Did you know this, Giddy?
Did they
If
not
you
say that?
No, hold on. Can I finish?
if-
If you disrespect Jesus Christ in Muslim countries, you could be stoned to death. This is facts.
Yeah. I know that. I know that already. But the other side of that is they're trying to say that Jesus is a prophet, is he not?
He is a prophet. They don't look him as a Messiah, but I'm saying they at least praise
Well,
Jesus.
can I just
I don't know how to do it, Saladin.
what I've
How do I
said
do
there
it?
what I said there many times to people on lives on TikTok, okay, and these are other Muslims.
Yeah.
He couldn't be a prophet if he was 12,000 years before the Quran. How could he be a prophet?
The Quran takes a lot mainly from the Talmud, funny enough, but it does take bits and pieces from all Abrahamic religions. Now, I don't support it, and I don't like Muhammad. I think he's a pedophile, unless you guys call me a lefty or
No,
Islam,
I believe you. I believe you.
or that I praise Islam, which I don't. I'm just speaking facts here. I know a lot of people can't really understand that. So
In 2025, there's still Muslims that come out and say that it's still okay to be with a child.
yeah, that's disgusting. And then the Talmud, it also teaches that it's okay to have sex with a 3-year-old non-Jew. That's what it teaches.
I know.
Like,
It's proper fucking X-rated shit.
yeah, because this is what I'm saying is like they're bringing people that are not how should I say worthy. Is that too harsh of a word to live
Exactly,
in our society,
Paul.
or
That's what
not
they brought in to do, to destroy
capable of
this
living in our
country.
society? They're putting oil on fire, and they're going to make it explode, and it's going to explode soon. Maybe France
Sorry,
is going to
Paul.
explode first, but I think England might.
Paul, have you looked at the 4-second short that's on our actual on here? If you have a look at the 4-second short, what the black guy says about Ireland, this is what we kind of started off with saying. But yeah, Frankie, I do understand where you're coming from with this, and I've been down that road fucking many times with people until my head hurts, to be fair.
I don't like either of them. They all have to leave. And that's
I
what
don't
it is.
believe.
And as Paul even says in the chat, I mean, the Indians are the biggest migration. They're buying up
I
everything,
only
not
like.
just in
I'll
America,
tell you
over
straight
here in
out.
Ireland,
I
everything.
only like the Catholic, my Catholic religion, for the simple fact that it annoys Muslims. That's all. And I love telling them about Our Lady.
And Catholicism also pisses off another religion that's behind everything. They hate Catholics. This is why I say when I hear Irish people go, "Oh yeah, I love Ben Shapiro," like they hate us. They hate us. So I don't know why people are always
No, no,
giving
I'm,
for
I'm just
that.
saying, if you actually talk to the Muslims about Our Lady, just wait to see the way they carry on. They tell you
Yeah,
there's no
I
such
know.
thing.
I know it's Muslims are bad.
They lose the fucking plot they do. But again, we could be called Islamophobic. Now, be careful. Um, yeah, right. I'm gonna be whatever you want to call me. Call me on a fucking Sunday, even though it's a Monday.
Muslims belong in Muslim countries. Okay,
Exactly.
that's it. And Africans belong in African countries. Red birds stay with red birds. Blue birds stay with blue birds. This is not going to work. They're, it's this is all intentional. Like I told you, and if you look at the NGOs, and like not only that, they all B'nai B'rith in particular, who is very close friends with Pope Francis, is a big international Jewish
Very
organization.
simple, simple.
Not only that, they are intertwined and bought over Catholic companies
Very
and
simple.
still
Oh, sorry.
operate. So B'nai B'rith still controls a lot of these Catholic or Vatican companies that bring the migrants into the West and America. Not only that, it's also HIAS, Hebrew Immigration Society, and Jewish Family Services. These Jewish NGOs are bringing migrants legally and by the millions. I don't know, just give you an example of one NGO group. So one NGO group, HIAS, HIAS, brought in. Now this is just last year. This is just one Jewish NGO group brought in legally 1.2 million migrants into the United States, and out of those 1.2 million, they got 8.6 thousand permanent housing. So you have to start asking yourself, who's bringing them here? It's I know they're a problem, but when you say the people bringing them here and organizing all this is the biggest problem, I'd say so
Yeah,
myself.
the NGOs.
Yeah, but and they're all run by you know who. So when people need this epiphany and need this wake up call to know who's behind everything and where you can direct your anger at. Okay, because that's what truly needs to happen. And there's a lot of division that's causing people to fight with one another. Where's
That's
our
the right way to be thinking,
representation?
Jono. What Jono just said there. Fuck everything. We're just fighting to keep the Irish. Fuck out every fucking. Just everyone else can go fuck themselves, kind of thing. Yeah, he's right. Do you know the new latest thing as well that I've been noticing there that's coming up online a lot? People walking their dogs through the crowds of Muslims in various different countries on purpose because they obviously don't like animals. Going to audits there. Audits, just a little quick joke between myself and yourself. When my Marlow gets a hold of your dog, he's got to have some serious fun with her.
And girls, please.
He'll be looking forward to it. The cunt is out. I was trying to get my other dog.
Right, back to the subject there. Don't mind your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start walking my dog into town now. I don't know how long I get away with it. I have to have a muzzle on him. I have to have a decent lead to legally and shit like that. And I suppose have some sort of breed license as well if I'm gonna walk him through town. But I'd love to see how many of these black guys and all these foreign people would be standing in the way of him walking through town. I think it'd be quite funny to watch.
I wouldn't. To be honest with you, this is just me because I'm obsessed with my dog. I love him, but I wouldn't put him in
I
that
love my dog to bits,
situation.
Frankie. It's part of
No,
my
but I'm
family.
saying, God forbid he gets sliced or anything. These people are ruthless. I mean, I wouldn't want to even put him that type of.
Frankie, I'll be honest with you. If you slice this dog, you'd be doing well. I tell you, he'd be running off down the road with your arm in his mouth.
People need, if available, need to take like get like an Alsatian or something. Get like him canine training. Something
He's
like
XL.
that.
He's XL. He is.
Oh, an XL bully.
Yeah. And he has more muscle in his baby toe than your whole body.
Yeah, our Bobby's like a boxer mix.
Boxers are fucking lovely dogs, but they're bonkers.
Yeah, but they were originally work dogs in Germany. I mean, the reason they're called boxers anyway is because they jump up, and they paw you and everything. That's where they got the name from. But they're working dogs from Germany. They used to push the wagon and everything too. And I think he has like a hound in him because he's obsessed with squirrels and shit like that.
Shih Tzu and Cavapoo. What the fuck is a Cavapoo? Ulysses, what's a cavapoo?
Never heard
We're
of that
coming to
either.
the end of this now anyway. But yeah, I'd like to actually see what that is.
I think it's a small dog, so it's not going to cause too much problems.
Sure, yeah, the dog I have is my dog Ron. He's a Patterdale Terrier is what he is.
What?
Patterdale Terrier is what my dog is.
Is that one of those little squeaky dogs? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly that kitty.
I like the little doggies like that. I do.
Mm.
People there with that poodle crosses. Like, I tell you now, see my fella, like, he's smaller than. I have a Labrador cross Dorso. He's more Labrador than he is Corso Dorso, by the way. So you can say what you want about. He weighs in at least.
I can't
He
even
weighs
show
in
you. Oh, there we go. Look. Say hello.
Yeah, pure baby.
You're a good boy, aren't you? Small hat? Small hat?
I'd never get mine to be that calm.
Small hats.
But yeah, get
See?
back to
Get the small hats.
fucking my Labrador cross Corso. He is 8 stone, roughly 8.5 stone at the moment in weight. So he weighs fucking like a human.
Oh.
Flat as fuck he is.
He's only about so Stone's 14 pounds. He's 60 pounds, so I don't know like what 4 stone, something like that.
60 pounds is only
he's
about
he's pure
three-
muscle. He's pure muscle.
60 pounds. What's that in kilos? Pounds and kilos.
Okay, so if a stone's 14 pounds, so 2 stone is 28. 28 for it'd be about 5, maybe 6 stone around there.
5, 6 stone, that little doggy.
It's 60 pounds, yeah.
No, Frankie, that can't be right.
Well, isn't a stone by 14
You're making
pounds,
me
right?
feel fatter now.
No, stone's 14 pounds. I could be
Divided
wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though. I think I'm
Divided
wrong.
by 14. Sasha said.
Yeah, so 2 stone is 28, and then 4, yeah, it's about roughly anywhere from 4 to 6 stone.
No, so my fella is only like about, I'd say about probably 4 or 5 stone, and he's twice the size of that.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
His paw is about the size of his whole body. I'm
He's
not being
60
exaggerated.
pounds, though. He's 60 pounds here in the U.S. Like, I don't know what that would be in stone.
No, I think you're probably getting that a little bit off. You probably want to weigh. Wouldn't say 60 pounds is 4 stone or 5 stone. I would think. So, like, what am I? I'm 26 stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about what 400 pounds, something like that.
Fuck, you're 400 pounds?
Yeah.
Fuck me, Jesus. No, I'm not even being rude. You need to lose some weight for your health, Giddy.
I already had a heart attack, so I know what that one's like.
You serious?
Yeah.
Jesus. No, you need to look after yourself then, Giddy.
Look, if you go worrying about life, worry on for the rest of your life. Just carry on and do it. 4 stone is 4 pounds. What? 4 stone is 4 pounds. No, a bag of sugar is a pound, I think. 9 kilo is 1 stone.
Yeah.
So, Frankie, we do be heading down the country now with 420. So 420 brings his car along. Giddy sits in the back of the car. We do be doing a wheelie down the road.
Fuck me, Jesus.
Come on, XL bullies are bigger than
Simple
of
Pimple.
dogs. Yeah.
I think I probably know who Simple Pimple is. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what you
might who he
mean,
is.
Paul. No, my XL buddy's part of my family. Like he's literally the baby of the house. I wouldn't have him like a bad dog. I'm just saying it'd be funny to see people. 72k is 11 stone.
So I
Well,
was
I'm
right then
100.
when I said it, how much he weighs. So I was right. So your dog's probably way bigger.
I can't even pick my dog off the ground.
Yeah.
So you're about 100 to 100 kg, Giddy.
What? Why? You thought about the fucking the brown one?
No, you.
I know. I'm
There's nothing
Oh
that
no, I
says
I'm,
definitely
11
know who
stone.
he is. I definitely know who this
no,
guy is.
I'm 166 kg.
Jesus Christ.
I can't even work that out into pounds.
I'm like 190, 195. So what's that? 13, 14 stone?
I'm double overweight.
No, no, I think what 13, 14 stone, maybe 15 stone. I don't know.
I'm 26 stone.
That's I know 20 stone's 300 pounds, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying now, pal. Yeah, me, my Marlow, you love him, pal. Trust me. Everybody does. He has that look about him, that lovely face about him. But a lot of people probably look at that like a terror as well.
Well, it's at the end of the day, it's how you train it. Though a golden retriever can be very vicious. Over here in the U.S., they've been they've been put up on the bite list in the top 5, I believe, because the way they've been bred, been prone to a lot of aggression. And the
That's what I'm
Alsatians over
saying.
here,
I believe people who bring their dogs up, like in the household, like if you bring them up to be a bad dog, they're gonna be a bad dog for the rest of their
well,
lives.
Alsatians over here, their black back has gone completely slanted, because they want to the way they've been bred over the 100 years here. So they've completely fucked that dog over here. You have to get it from a really good breeder
Yeah,
compared to like
Alsatians get a lot
Yorkie
of problems with their
or an
back legs, don't
Iranian.
they?
Uh, Iranian German Shepherds are quite good as well. They breed them very well.
Mm.
What's those ones with the black mask called? Like they're like Alsatians, yeah, but they're not Alsatians. Are they called Malamutes or something like that?
Oh, Belgian Mauis, yeah.
Yeah, that. I fucking love one of them. Absolutely gorgeous dog.
What was the big
Yeah.
Russian dog, the dog they had in the war?
The
World War
Caucasian
Two.
Shepherd.
Jeez, imagine when the size of them yokes. Big huge things, is it?
They have a bite force of a .45 caliber bullet, which means they can sever your hand off.
Jesus.
Bloody hell. Or what was the what was
That's exactly right, Hillbilly. That's exactly
yeah
right. No such
uh,
thing as a bad dog, just bad owners.
there's another breed of dog as well that's used in, I think they're used in what was somewhere in America or maybe somewhere in Canada. They're
Argentina, Diango. You're probably talking.
no, not that. These ones were used by the I think by the Coast Guard or something, or lifeguards or something. Oh yeah, the
Newfoundlanders.
Newfoundlanders. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful dogs. Our Bobby used to play with one. They're huge. They're really good dogs. I like them.
Mm. Yeah, because they actually have web feet, don't they? You know what I mean? That they use to rescue people and all that. That's pretty cool.
That's what Labradors are bred from. They're bred from Newfoundlanders.
Mm. Yeah.
They actually, funny enough, come from the Labrador Sea. That's where they come from, Newfoundland.
Are they like not mixed and mastiff or something like
Oh,
that?
they're huge. You
Oh,
remember the
massive.
dog in Peter
I know
Pan?
what they are.
That's
I
what
had
the
a friend
dog
that
was
had
based
9 of
off
them.
of. The dog in
I had
Peter Pan was a Newfoundlander.
a friend of mine had 9 of them. Those Newfoundlands. That's a big hairy dog, isn't it? Big, huge monster thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ones with the web
I
feet.
used to own the English Mastiffs, the fawn coloured ones. Had 2 of them in my life.
And I bet you had to feed him a lot too.
Tell me about it. 12 stone he was.
They don't live that long though, unfortunately.
Heart problems to get.
Yeah. That's why I like
And, you know,
mixed. I like mutts like like Bobby over here because they live a long time. Mutts live a very long time.
yeah, Irish Wolfhound is huge, but to be fair, a Newfoundland are English Bull, not English Bull, what was that English Bull? Fucking the Newfoundland would be about the same height, but built like a horse comparison to that. Like the Wolfhound is like big dog.
If
Those
you
ones
think an
belong
Irish
stout.
Wolfhound bigger, there's an even bigger dog than that. It's called a Scottish Deerhound. They're not like they're lankier, but they're taller than a Wolfhound.
That was actually quite funny, Paul. We had a dog that didn't like the Sinn Féin poster.
No.
I seen that, Paul. That was deadly, yeah.
Yeah.
Dog was going bleeding mental, he was.
Right, on that note, guys, I'm gonna drop it anyway. We were only supposed to come on for an hour anyway. We're back again on Thursday. Just had to go up and talk about this. There is no racism in Ireland. There is no such thing as racism. And people that have this narrative, especially the black community that wants to come across with it now and start saying that black people are being unalived because of the colour of their skin. Stop talking bollocks, okay? Because that's not true, and it never did happen, and it never will happen.
Take care, 420. Jerry, Jono, Simple Pimple.
The ultimate coup de grace, isn't it?
Thanks for coming in, Luke and Frankie. Paul O'Neill.
Yep.
Dogman.
By the way,
Two Irelands, Panola.
Mousy, by the way,
Lottery.
here's, if anybody
Sorry.
wants to, if anybody actually wants to check out my channel, I'm going to be sharing a video for an audiobook of Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy. So if anybody wants to check it out, feel free.
There you
to
go, folks.
check out my channel. All
Showing
right.
to Luke there. Nice and
Yeah,
Luke.
pop over to you. We'll have a look at it, Luke.
Yeah. Honestly, it'll give you a bit of an insight exactly as to
Nice and Pat.
what's really happening. You know what I mean? What really happens in this.
Take care, Jerry. Nice and Jerry. All the links. Take care, Robert.
Right. Have a good one, guys. Catch you later.
See you there,
Good night,
Frankie.
take care,
Yeah,
and God
bye-bye.
bless
Thank you.
everybody. Good night.
Bye, guys. Mind yourself.
See you all later.
Be good to each other and everybody.
See you there, Aaron. Nice one for coming in, bro.
Stay there, Frankie. Take it easy, bro.
Nice one, Jono. Mousy for President and King of Ireland. Nice one, Jono. Take care, bro.
What about me, Jono? I want to be king as well. No, actually, I want to be a president. Fuck a
The
king.
king, the ruler. Well, then let me be king, yeah. I'd be the ruler.
No, there's
The
no
last-
such thing as
The last stand. Ghost. There's going to be a new king in Ireland. Wait, I'm on the mess.
And
Go on,
that-
take care of
that-
yourself.
that-
Cheers, all that.
I'll see you in a bit. Take it easy. Bye bye. Bye bye.
See you later, Jono. Bye.